Payroll Tax Refund 2023. A payroll tax refund is a refund of taxes that were withheld from an employee's pay by their employer. This can occur when an employee has overpaid their taxes due to a change in their tax status or income, or when they have made an error in their tax withholding. Here is a guide to the process of claiming a payroll tax refund. 1. Determine if you are eligible for a payroll tax refund. You may be entitled to a refund if you have overpaid your taxes due to a change in your tax status or income, or if you have made an error in your tax withholding. 2. File a claim for the refund. This can typically be done by completing a tax return or by contacting the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or your state tax agency. 3. Provide documentation to support your claim. This may include proof of your tax status or income, pay stubs, or other relevant documentation. 4. Wait for the refund to be processed. The length of time it takes to process a payroll tax refund will depend on the agency handling the claim and the complexity of the case. If you are entitled to a payroll tax refund, it is important to claim it as soon as possible to ensure that you receive it in a timely manner. Keep in mind that you may also be required to pay any outstanding taxes or penalties if you have not paid enough taxes during the year. By following these steps, you can claim your payroll tax refund and receive the money that you are owed. It is always a good idea to keep accurate records of your income and tax withholding, as this can help you avoid overpaying your taxes and ensure that you receive any refunds that you are entitled to. If you are an employee who has overpaid your taxes due to a change in your tax status or income, or if you have made an error in your tax withholding, you may be entitled to a payroll tax refund. Claiming this refund can help you get back the money that you are owed, so it is important to understand the process and take the necessary steps to claim it. One of the first things you should do is determine if you are eligible for a payroll tax refund. This can typically be done by reviewing your pay stubs and tax documents, or by contacting the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or your state tax agency. If you are unsure whether you are entitled to a refund, it is a good idea to seek the guidance of a tax professional or financial advisor. Once you have determined that you are eligible for a payroll tax refund, the next step is to file a claim. This can typically be done by completing a tax return or by contacting the IRS or your state tax agency directly. To claim a tax refund from the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, you will typically need to provide certain documentation, depending on your specific circumstances. Here are some documents you may need to provide when claiming a tax refund. 1. Your tax return. You will need to file a tax return to claim a tax refund. Be sure to include all relevant documentation, such as W-2 forms, 1099 forms, and other income documentation. 2. Proof of your identity. The IRS may require you to provide proof of your identity, such as a driver's license or passport, to confirm that you are the person claiming the refund. 3. Proof of your tax withholding. You will need to provide documentation of the taxes that were withheld from your pay, such as pay stubs or a W-2 form. 4th, proof of any credits or deductions. If you are claiming credits or deductions on your tax return, you may need to provide documentation to support your claim, such as receipts or proof of payment. 5. Any other relevant documentation. Depending on your specific circumstances, you may need to provide additional documentation, such as proof of a change in your tax status or income. It is a good idea to keep accurate records of your income and tax withholding, as well as any documentation related to credits or deductions, as this can make it easier to claim a tax refund and ensure that you receive the full amount you are owed. The process of claiming a payroll tax refund can take some time, as the claim needs to be reviewed and processed by the appropriate agency. The length of time it takes to receive the refund will depend on the complexity of the case and the workload of the agency handling the claim. In addition to claiming a payroll tax refund, there are a few other things you can do to help minimize the amount of taxes you owe and potentially receive a refund in the future. These include: 1. Review your tax withholding. If you are having a large portion of your pay withheld for taxes, You may be able to adjust your tax withholding by completing a new Form W-4 with your employer. This can help you avoid overpaying your taxes and potentially receive a larger refund when you file your tax return. 2. Make contributions to tax-advantaged accounts. Contributions to accounts such as 401(k)s and traditional IRAs may be tax-deductible, which can reduce your taxable income and potentially result in a larger refund. 3. Claim tax credits and deductions. There are a number of credits and deductions available that can reduce your taxable income and potentially result in a larger refund. Some examples include the Earned Income Tax Credit, the Child Tax Credit, and the Mortgage Interest Deduction. By taking these steps and staying organized and on top of your taxes, you can minimize the amount of taxes you owe and potentially increase your chances of receiving a refund. It is always a good idea to work with a tax professional or financial advisor to ensure that you are taking advantage of all the credits and deductions available to you and to help you navigate the tax process. It is important to note that receiving a payroll tax refund does not necessarily mean that you have paid too much in taxes throughout the year. There are a number of factors that can affect the amount of taxes you owe, including your tax status, income, deductions, and credits. If you are entitled to a payroll tax refund, it is important to claim it as soon as possible to ensure that you receive it in a timely manner. Remember that you may also be required to pay any outstanding taxes or penalties if you have not paid enough taxes during the year. If you are concerned about the amount of taxes you are paying or are having a large portion of your pay withheld for taxes, it may be a good idea to review your tax withholding and adjust it as needed. You can do this by completing a new Form W-4 with your employer. It is also a good idea to stay organized and keep track of your income, deductions, and credits throughout the year. This can help you ensure that you are paying the correct amount of taxes and avoid overpaying or underpaying. By taking these steps and working with a tax professional or financial advisor, you can better understand your tax situation and take control of your finances. It is important to keep in mind that the process for claiming a payroll tax refund may vary depending on your location and the specific circumstances of your case. For example, the process for claiming a refund of federal payroll taxes may be different from the process for claiming a refund of state payroll taxes. If you are having trouble claiming a payroll tax refund or have questions about the process, it is a good idea to seek the guidance of a tax professional or financial advisor. These individuals can help you understand the process and provide guidance on what steps you need to take to claim your refund. In addition to working with a professional, there are a few other things you can do to help ensure that you receive your payroll tax refund. 1. Keep accurate records. It is important to keep accurate records of your income, tax withholding, and any other relevant documentation. This can help you identify any errors or discrepancies that may have resulted in an overpayment of taxes and make it easier to claim your refund. 2. File your claim promptly. It is a good idea to file your claim for a payroll tax refund as soon as possible to ensure that you receive it in a timely manner. 3. Follow up on your claim. If you have not received your refund within a reasonable amount of time, it is a good idea to follow up with the appropriate agency to ensure that your claim is being processed and to address any issues that may be causing delays. By following these tips and working with a tax professional or financial advisor, you can increase your chances of successfully claiming your payroll tax refund and getting back the money that you are owed.